still have some of the same issues, Mike, but you're resting so comfortably. I don't even know if you're sweating it. Some of the bullpen issues. I don't even know, right? I mean, how much are you concerned about it right now?
Well, we're concerned about it. We want to. We've realized that the club has, and we're trying to fix some of them. And speaking of the bullpen woes, the game the other night, the game the other day at Oakland, it was. You go in there and Glover gets that big out in the eighth inning.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a tight game. Save situation, tight game. He comes in. Boom, he gets it out, great play by Lind, and then all of a sudden, you go in there and you score a bunch of runs, and, Glover sits down for a while. The adrenaline goes away, and then all of a sudden you go out there, and now you have a 7-run lead. It's a whole different mindset, and you give up a couple of early hits. Hey, no big deal. Then all of a sudden another hit, and then you got to bring in another reliever because Coda's thrown 25 pitches, and so kind of things that started rolling downhill after that. But beyond that, when you look at it, the last 15 games or so, the bullpen's been really, really solid, and it's something that we've seen a lot of improvement in a lot of these guys. Eddie Romero's throwing well from the left side. You've got Albers and Glover and Kelly and trying from the right side. We see those guys getting better. So, we're looking the long haul for the big picture, and in 2 months from now, we're expecting the bullpen to solidify and pitch like they're pitch.
So, getting back to that game on Sunday, the 11-10 win in Oakland. Is that a situation where Dusty probably should have had someone up early to start the ninth? Okay with Coda ninth after the long layoff.
Well, I was okay with him starting the ninth. It's just, like I said, the mindset, and these ninth inning guys, they're Coda specifically. These guys are adrenaline junkies. They feed off that situation of game on the line, and you could see when Coda got that out in the eighth. I believe it was when we were ahead by 2.
6-4, right?
He was all fired up, and you sit and you're certainly appreciative of scoring 7 runs in a ninth, but you go into the bottom of the ninth with, all right, I'm just going to throw strikes and get out of here, and boom, 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 and all of a sudden, the adrenaline goes away. You're just throwing strikes, and these are big league hitters who are paid to swing the bats, and without that edge, you gave up a bunch of hits and you gave up a bunch of runs, but we put ourselves in a position to win that game, and we ended up pulling it out. So it was certainly we made it much closer than we wanted it to be, but. You look at where we're at and how more importantly, how they pitched over the last 12 or 15 games, and we like what we're seeing with the improvement of the pen.
We keep asking you about Ryan every week, and he continues to put up numbers. We're now into the first week of June. He is leading all the Triple Crown categories. I'm amazed. He's easily the comeback player in the league. And he's easily an all-star. I know he's leading at first base right now.
He might be the MVP.
He could. We're talking MVP type numbers. I'm blown away by it. I'm not sure you are. You keep saying that he's very good when he's healthy, but I'm still stunned by the numbers he's putting up here through 60 games.
Yeah, well, it all comes down to he's a healthy off season and ready to perform in the regular season. Through spring training, we noticed a big change in his preparation and in the way he looked coming into spring training, probably the biggest factor for us coming into it was we always felt all along that if this guy could be the Ryan Zimmerman that we've come to know and love, that he really makes the lineup balances out greatly. So, we remember the discussion we had about how do we separate these left-handed hitters in the lineup. Well, you separate them by having a terrific right-handed hitter between them, and he's really balanced out our lineup. When he can hit fourth for us, and Harp in front of him and Murphy behind him, it really makes us a dangerous lineup. And credit to him for going into the winter and really changing his body around and getting himself in the best physical condition to start the season. And he's taken it with a good mindset and brought it into the season. I think we're seeing the guy that we've seen most of his career, except for the last 2.5 seasons, really, when he was hurt or rehabbing or just not himself. He's back to the old Ryan Zimmerman. I couldn't be happier for him. There's a guy who never pointed fingers. If young players don't learn by how this guy handled failure, then they're not paying attention, because this guy was one of the great players in Nationals history and struggled for 2.5 years or so, and stood up to the media every day, answered the questions in a professional manner, still is out in the community doing his thing, and he's just a credit to the Washington, D.C. area, and we're really lucky and fortunate to have a guy like Zimmerman being the National and the face of the franchise.